Welcome to Tips on Teens. Let's jump right into today's submitted parent question. Hi. Hello. I have a 10-year-old son and I'm newly remarried. I don't get along with my ex-husband one bit. We agree on exactly nothing, but we share custody 50-50. My new husband tries really hard to be nice to my son and to bond with him, but when my son doesn't respond, he gets frustrated and impatient. I feel like I'm stuck in the middle, and I hate the tension. Any advice for me? Yes, we do. But before we jump into that, let me introduce myself. I'm Kent Toussaint. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist here in Woodland Hills, California. I specialize in helping kids, teens, and families live happier lives. If you ever have a question for a therapist, want to have a free phone consultation, please contact us. Our information is down in the caption below. Let's jump into today's question. So, we have a 10-year-old little boy who is not really accepting stepdad. Stepdad really wants to be accepted, but it's creating all this frustration and chaos. This revolves around 3 different emotional needs: your son's, yours, and your husband's. Let's start with your son's. Why? Why is he not accepting stepdad? Could be any number of reasons why, but you need to figure that out. That could be working with a therapist, or you may already know. Here are a few possible reasons. It's not an exhaustive list, but these are very common things that I see in my practice. You've met your husband. It's a whirlwind romance. It's wonderful. You finally feel respected and valued, and it's a wonderful feeling, and you get married, but your son feels like he was kind of dragged along and didn't really have any say in this. So if that's the case, that needs to be acknowledged and valued, because he may see stepdad as your husband, but not my stepfather. And that needs to be addressed. Could also be that stepdad is trying too hard. And he tries so hard that when your son doesn't grab onto it, now the stepfather feels rejected. And now there's all this pressure from you and stepdad. And your 10-year-old son can't handle that kind of pressure to satisfy your emotional needs. He's a 10-year-old kid. Third, he may feel, possibly, whether it's an internal perception or external pressure from his dad, that accepting stepdad is a betrayal of his father. And that's, again, you can't really control what happens at his dad's house. You already said you guys don't get along. I assume there may be some parental alienation aspects going on, but again, that's just an assumption from what little I know, but something to consider. Regardless of any of this, my recommendation is that the emotional needs for you and your husband need to be second to your sons in this, because you guys are the adults. You guys have a fully developed adult brain. Your son does not have a fully developed adult brain. He's 10. So how do you do this? I think I would utilize the feral cat analogy. And I use this quite a bit because I think it applies to kids and teens a lot in these kind of situations. So if you have a feral cat in your backyard, but you want to befriend this cat, you don't run after this cat with your hands out going, kitty, 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 right? You have to be patient. You sit outside with a food 10 feet away from you, patient, calm, not moving, not making a lot of sound, just being present, being available. And eventually that cat comes closer and closer, has a little bit of food, runs off. The next day, the food is 9 feet away. A couple days later, 8 feet away. And slowly you bring that food closer to you. And eventually, that cat is sitting in your lap and you're scratching him under the chin. But it takes time, and it's about helping him feel safe, not about satisfying your emotional needs of feeling validated by your son. This is not an easy thing to do. This takes time and patience, but even if the father is bad-mouthing stepdad, eventually your kid will see the difference between, wow, stepdad's always pretty cool and always patient. And he's going to see the difference between what he sees from stepdad and what father is saying. That may take a while. You need to be patient. Therapy might help with this process, but it's really up to you what you think the emotional needs are for your child and your family. Another thing is, it's possible, while stepdad may be the man of the house and he may be paying the bills or whatever that is, he may not be the right person to be the authority figure for your son. And that may be hard to stomach, but it may have to be you. You may have to be the primary authority figure and allow stepdad to just bond and connect with him like an uncle, let's say. You know, I know they'll still be in the same house and there have to be some rules, but I would encourage you, the mom, to be the primary authority figure. So stepdad can bond and connect with him. And what will happen is stepdad will be able to influence your son in a positive and healthy way instead of being an authority figure. Again, this is a much bigger concept that we can really talk about in just a few minutes, but I'm scratching the surface here. I'd love to talk to you more about this. If you want to, you can always give me a call. But anyways, that's my approach to this. Again, my name is Kent Toussaint with Teen Therapy Center and the nonprofit 501c3 organization, Child and Teen Counseling, both here in Woodland Hills, California. If you'd like me to answer your question here on Tips on Teens, email us at tipsonteens@teentherapycenter.com or direct message us right here on social media. We love your questions. Keep them coming. Thank you very much and have a great week, guys. And oh, by the way, happy Juneteenth. Juneteenth. Woohoo! Bye-bye, guys.